Okay, so in this lesson, we're going to take a look at another example, but here are a very important lesson that I want you to take out of this lesson. So pay close attention to what I'm going to be demonstrating to you right now. So here we have an M formation, right? We have an M formation that is formed over here, and most of us likes to chase those good entries, right? So by that I mean those early entries, right? So we have the second leg of the M formation over here is our first confirmation, and this leg is actually lower than the first leg, right? So it's this second leg is lower than the first leg, making it a perfect M formation. Remember the three different types of M formations. This is actually our perfect M formation, right? So we also have the resistance is our second confirmations at around the 7,666 level over here. So what will happen when I actually enter the price over here at this resistance? So now we have double confirmations. So what will actually happen when I enter this entry over here and then put my stop loss just above the resistance line? Look at what the price did. This is a clear example of what we refer to as the stop loss hunting, and in this instance we would have been kicked out of the trade before the market actually went into our direction. So that is why it is very key to have patience. So patience is very important. You have to wait before you enter. So in this instance we would have had to wait before we enter. So remember, we're just focusing on this two for now. Don't mind this other two over here, we're getting there, but right now we're just focusing on this. If you had entered your entry over there after you get your confirmations, we have the second leg of the M formation, which is lower than making it a perfect M formation, right? Making it a perfect M formation, giving us that good entry point. But as you can see, the stop loss hunting here could have kicked us out, and we would have been out because our resistance, our stop loss would have been just close to the resistance line over here, right? So that we have plotted over here at around 7,698 over there. So that we would have been out. We would have been out of this trade before the market moved, because look at how the market moved afterwards. Look at how this market moved. So as you can see, it rejected this whole area over there. It was just left as a rejection over there, as we can see, with a tail, a long upper tail that is just over there. So the market went down crazy, a lot of pips over there. So this is why patience is very key. This is why patience is very important. So you have to wait before you enter, or put your stop loss above the first leg. So above the first leg over there, to give the market at least some space to breathe. So you have to avoid tight stop losses, because the market will kick you out and then move in a direction, which we don't want to do that, right? So your support and resistance levels are very important. It also gives you an indication that the price is about to retrace. So look at how price bounces off that support at 7,596. So now we are now focusing on these two images over here, right? So as you can see, right, at 7,596, as you can see over here, the price actually bounces off that support. So this is what we mean when we say this support and resistance actually indicate a retracing zone, right? Or a retracement that might happen at that zone. So as you can see right here, we had plotted it over here, and right there, that is what happened. It bounces off over there, but in this instance we didn't take that buy because we were already done for the day, right? We avoid over trading. That is very key, right? So even though there was a clear setup, we had reached our targets for the day. So what makes the signal even more powerful, even more stronger in this is that it actually respected both the support level and the trend line that we had drawn on the H1. So this is on the M30, but I'm just going to show you the examples of the H1 quickly. Okay, so right now I just set it up side by side for you. So right now we have the M30 over here, so the 30-minute chart, and then the H1, right? So what I was saying is that what makes this signal even more strong is that it actually respected both the support that we have over here, as well as the trend line that we plotted on the H1, right, on the H4 as well. So look at those pips. I mean, these are just too much. Look at the movement after it bounces off that resistance line over there, and our double confirmation, since it's a bounce off the resistance line as well as the trend line that we had over there. So that is too much pips. There's a lot of pips. So another key things that I want you to keep in mind is that this retracement over here, which took out a lot of sellers, which had gotten the direction correct, but because of lack of patience, they actually got kicked out before the market moved in their direction, right? Still, I mean, this movement over here going down, that was a lot of pips as well. So it didn't retrace all the way beyond the highest point of our first leg. So it is very key that you set up your stop loss over there above that first leg, so that you have enough room the market has enough room to actually move around and make those retracements and whatsoever, so that they can actually without hitting a stop loss or without taking you out of the trade. So that is just one thing those are the two things that I want you to take out of this lesson. So first of all, try to avoid tight stop losses at all costs. Try to avoid those as much as possible. But the most important lesson is to practice patience, right? Be patient about it. The setups will always be there. I mean, as you can see right here, we just had this setup over here, right? I mean, even if you had missed this setup over here, you actually could have caught this setup over here, which is a lot of pips. I mean, look at this. This is a lot of pips that have been moved over here. Too much. Entries will always be there. You don't have to force the entries. Good opportunities will always come. You just have to practice that patience, and you also have to make sure that your stop loss gives the market enough room to move around and make those retracements and those stop loss hunting. So be careful. Watch out for those, and make sure that you are away from those zones, right? So remember what we say, that the support and resistance zones, those are very, very key, because that is where the most liquidity is. That's where a lot of pending orders are being triggered. That's where a lot of people's take profits and stop losses are. So we want to move away from those zones a little bit and give the market some room to breathe. So that is just the takeaway from this lesson. Very, very key to note. So let's take a look at another example.